All right, y'all, let's get into the 2021 Grammys. Y'all ready? Let's go.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no, 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 no.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Bright here, the R&B kid, and I'm back again with another video for you guys. How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing very well. So yeah, like you see by the title, I want to talk about the 2021 Grammys that just went down this past Sunday. I know this video is a little bit late, y'all. I'm sorry, but this has been a very crazy week for me. I had a bunch of assignments due this week, and then I had to get out my videos for the Oscar nominations and all that stuff these past few days, so I was working on that stuff, and then I had to do stuff for work, and yeah, so it's been a very busy week, guys. I'm burnt out. I'm really tired, but I'm trying to power on and get this video out for you guys to talk about the Grammys that went down this past Sunday on March 14th, 2021. The 63rd Grammys went down in Los Angeles, and like I've already told you guys in my other Grammy videos this year, I really wasn't excited for the Grammys at all this year. I really wasn't pumped for it like I usually am. Y'all know I'm the Grammy kid. I'm a Grammy maven. I love talk about the Grammys. I always love tracking the Grammys every year. I just love tracking them. Not because I feel like I hold the Grammys to the standard of what an artist should achieve, because, you know, hashtag before this ceremony, Nas, Let It See, and still Katy Perry, Nas, Bob Marley, Tupac, Biggie, all artists who have, you know, made their mark of music who never won a Grammy. So we don't hold the Grammys to the standard of being what you look at when you look at the standard of music, but it is a nice achievement to have, and it's important for the history of music. So that's why the Grammys are still relevant, and they always will be until we all collectively as a society decide to stop caring about them. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. If we all decide to stop caring about the Grammys next week, I'll be okay with that. But at the end of the day, I don't see that happening. So in the meantime, we have the Grammys still in existence doing their thing, so let's talk about it. I wasn't excited, like I said, because the Weeknd snub this year to me really made me, it just put a bad taste in my mouth, and it really made me not interested in what the Grammys were going to do this year. With the Weeknd not being a part of the general field nominations and, you know, all of the pop field nominations, it just made it seem completely unfair to me. The Weeknd had one of the biggest years he ever had in his own career, and he also dominated last year, and for him to be the artist that was shut out across the board, as well as other artists like Brandy, Summer Walker, Juice WRLD, and so many other artists who deserved at least one nomination who didn't get anything. It was just a really trash year for nominations that I just wasn't excited for the ceremony itself. I just wasn't excited like I usually am. But I still checked it out all day. I checked out the premiere ceremony, which was pretty cool. That was, you know, shout out to Jen Echo for hosting it. She did a great job. And shout out to Burna Boy for performing. I think he did like a medley of songs like Level Up, Onyeka, and Yeah. Shout out to Burna Boy performing all the way back home in Nigeria. He killed it. And he won a Grammy for Best Global Music Album. So shout out to Burna Boy. Naja no de Caddy La. Shout out to Burna Boy for his Grammy and for his performances. He did a great job. Shout out to Burna. Yeah, man. So the premiere ceremony was pretty cool. I watched all like the lower level categories being announced. That was pretty cool. Shout out to Janeko, like I said. And then the main ceremony started at 8, and I swear to God, that thing went to like midnight. The show itself was long as hell. Man, the Grammys feel like they were like 12 hours this year. They were so long. And mind you, I enjoyed the show for the most part, but the show felt like it was so goddamn long. I was over it. But honestly, it was a pretty entertaining show, I'm not gonna lie. They did it in the style of, you know, being socially distanced in the age of this Panasonic. This Panasonic has really held things up across the whole entertainment industry. But I think they still did a pretty good job of like having, you know, artists perform like together in a certain venue, like kind of like you know, like a circular stage format where like one artist would go and then the other artist would perform like in like a circular format. I thought it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool how they did it, and they had all the artists accepting the Grammys like in an outside platform. Like they would have people come in when it was their category and like leave when it wasn't. So I thought it was a pretty cool way they did it. They kept things flowing pretty well. I thought they really did the show pretty well. Shout out to the producers. I thought they handled the, you know, the intricacies and the details and the flow of the show really well. Like the show wasn't boring. It didn't feel like a drag. It was really long, but it didn't feel like it was boring. So shout out to them for that. But yeah, man. Even though I wasn't excited, I still checked out the whole thing because I wanted to do a recap feel like I'm doing right now. Trevor Noah hosted the show. I thought Trevor did a pretty good job. I wasn't sure how he would do, but I think Trevor did a really good job. I thought it was funny, even though he did have that awkward ass one where he talks about wanting to be in bed with Cardi B. That was awkward as hell. But besides that, like, he did a really good job. I thought he was funny. I thought his pacing was great. His flow was great. His energy was great. I think, yeah, he really had good energy throughout the show. I liked how he talked about everything. I think he really did a good job of like making it feel like it was a normal Grammys, even though it wasn't. So shout out to Trevor Noah. Hats off. He did a really good job. I think he was pretty good. I wouldn't mind him coming back for another one. I thought he did a pretty good job. But let me know what y'all thought about Trevor Noah. Did y'all think he did a good job? Did y'all think he was whack? Did y'all think he was okay? Let me know down below. I really want to know. And another thing, I thought the audio was great all night. I'm not really sure what the changes were, you know, in terms of like not having an audience and not really having everything happen in the Staples Center, but I feel like it just made everything better. I feel like all the performances were a really good mix of like, you know, some backing track and also like really like good live vocal and live, you know, production, live instruments. Like, I really feel like it was a good mix of, I don't know, the audio just sounded great. I don't know if it was me, but I feel like the audio just all night really sounded really good. So shout out to all the audio engineers and all the sound people. Like, they really made the show sound great. All the music sounded really good. So that's just me. And this year they also had an interesting thing they did where they kind of had like these little like video montages of all the people who were nominated for Record of the Year. I thought it was pretty cool, but I thought it was also a little bit weird because I would have rather that idea been for all the artists who were nominated for Best New Artist. I feel like it would have made more sense to have video montages kind of introducing the careers that I've been building for all the people who got nominated for Best New Artist. To me, that would have made more sense to highlight those people instead of just highlighting people that got nominated for Record of the Year. Like, I feel like we're all very familiar with all the people who got nominated for Record of the Year, you know, very much so. So I feel like, you know, it just would have made sense to highlight Best New Artist nominees instead. I feel like that would have been better, but it is what it is. And lastly, I want to talk about the scammies trending on Twitter. I thought that was funny as hell. A lot of fans were mad as hell. The BTS fans were mad. Chloe and Halle fans were mad. A funny trend I noticed this year is that the Grammys snubbed groups. They snubbed BTS, they snubbed Chloe and Halle. The Grammys were just not feeling groups this year. I don't think Haim didn't win Album of the Year. The Grammys were not feeling groups this year. I just noticed that. That was a really interesting trend. But yeah, the scammies were trending on Twitter. A lot of people were mad as hell, and I get it. But at the end of the day, people like, you know, BTS, Doja Cat, Chloe and Halle, Roddy Ricch, and Jhené Aiko, they all got snubbed this year. They were all people that expected to take at least one Grammy. Like, all of them, I thought they were going to take at least one Grammy, and they all got snubbed across the board. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like Megan Thee Stallion said, you win some, you lose some. I don't think we should take the Grammys that seriously. Like, it's not that deep. Your favorite artist will lose some Grammys and they'll win some Grammys. My favorite artist, Brandy, only has one Grammy to her name, and I think she's one of the greatest artists that award ever saw. And she only has one Grammy to her name. It is what it is. You win some, you lose some. It's not that deep. And there are artists like Beyonce who have 28 Grammys now. Like, it just is what it is. But especially I want to talk about Chloe and Halle. I'm not tripping about Chloe and Halle. Their time will come. They're good. They're going to be consistent nominees for this entire decade, so I'm not really worried about their snubs for the Ungodly Hour era. Even though this Ungodly Hour era did deserve some Grammys, at the end of the day, they'll be fine. They'll win Grammys in the future. They'll definitely win some in the future. So I'm not tripping on them. They'll definitely come back to collect their things in future years. They'll be back. As well as all the other people who got snubbed, like Doja Cat, BTS, you know, Jhené Aiko, you know, Roddy Ricch. And Roddy Ricch already won a Grammy anyway, so he'll be fine. Like, yeah, they'll be fine. So yeah, let's get into the show. Let's talk about it. Alright, so the show started off with Trevor Noah doing his little intro monologue about how it was like a weird year, but we're still gonna press on. It was really cool. I didn't feel like it was too bad. It was pretty interesting. It was entertaining. And then the first performance set of the night was a room that had Harry Styles, Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas, Haim, and Black Pumas all performing in the same room. First up was Harry Styles. He performed Watermelon Sugar. I thought he was the first performance of the night, and I thought it was a pretty good performance, but as the intro performance of the night, I wanted him to go a little bit crazier. Like, I wanted it to be like a moment, but he was kind of like just chilling. It wasn't bad. It was Harry Styles in his usual bag. It was fine. I wanted him to go a little bit crazier, but you know, he was still in his bag, so it was fine. And I thought it was a good performance of Watermelon Sugar. Great song. And then we had Billie Eilish perform Everything I Wanted. I really liked her set, and I loved how like she had like I loved how the set matched her music video for Everything I Wanted, with like the car floating in the water, and you know, she had on like this nice like green ensemble that was like, you know, bejeweled out with like this head, you know, this bejeweled headpiece, you know, Phineas in the back chilling doing this thing on the piano. Really cool performance. It was really chill, you know, real chill, like, you know, like Billie's vibe usually is. And then next we had Haim perform their song The Steps, which I never heard before, but it was a really cool performance. They went crazy on them drums. Them Haim sisters was going crazy on the drums and the guitars. They was going ham. They was not playing games. I liked how they had a really like, you know, up tempo, like really in your face, kind of like, you know, a little rock moment for the show. I liked it. It was really cool. Shout out to Haim. I thought it was a good performance. And next up we had the first Grammy of the night, and that was Best New Artist. Lizzo introduced the award, and Lizzo took me out when she cussed by accident. She was like, bitch. I was like, yo, Lizzo, CPS. But yeah, Lizzo was funny as hell, just being herself as usual. And Lizzo announced Megan Thee Stallion as the Best New Artist winner, which was so dope to see. I honestly thought Best New Artist was going to Doja Cat. I was rooting for Doja Cat, even though I love that Megan won it. I thought Doja would take it because of Doja's like versatility, and I guess like, you know, the sense that I feel like she could have more of like a long-term, more versatile career than Megan Thee Stallion could have. And yeah, I just thought, I didn't see the Grammys given to Megan, but I'm happy they did. I'm really surprised they did. Megan Thee Stallion is not like the first like black female rapper, I think, to win Best New Artist since Lauryn Hill. I think definitely of this generation, she's the first, you know, black female rapper to, not black, but just female rapper to win Best New Artist. That is so dope. Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. I'm so proud of her. The moment was real for her. You could tell it was real. The speech she had was cute as hell about her, you know, just coming this far and thanking her mom and stuff like that. It was really cute. So I'm so proud of Megan Thee Stallion for winning Best New Artist. So deserved. She had a great year. I'm so proud of her. And yeah, man, that was really nice moment to see the Grammys give it to Megan Thee Stallion. That was dope. So shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. Then we went back to the first room and we had Black Pumas perform their song Colors, which is a great song. Oh my baby colors. Great song. Really cool performance, and I love that song. So I thought they did a pretty good job. And then Trevor had a little banter with the dude from Black Pumas. So yeah, it was cool. Black Pumas did their thing. Shout out to them. And next up we had DaBaby come out and perform his song Rockstar. And we had a little surprise by Anthony Hamilton. I was shocked when he came out. Shout out to Anthony Hamilton. I was surprised, but I loved it. I thought it was great. Yeah. DaBaby's performance was a mess. Not like in a bad way, but just it was so funny. I couldn't take it seriously. DaBaby looked interesting in that whole white outfit, trying to be like a whole, you know, orchestra conductor. Anthony Hamilton on the side doing his thing. I didn't see him coming. And then he had a bunch of old white ladies in the back, like being as quiet. I was weak. It was so funny. Imagine a bunch of old white ladies like singing the background vocals for a rock star, like, and they were going off too. Like they were hard. I was like, what? Yo, imagine a bunch of old white ladies doing like being a gospel choir in the back. Like that shit was so funny. DaBaby's performance was all over the place. It was a mess. I couldn't take it seriously. It was so funny, but it was a vibe at the same time. And then Roddy Ricch came out and joined them at the end to do his part for Rockstar. It was pretty cool. Shout out to Roddy. But yeah, man, that performance was funny as hell. And then DaBaby talk about how you pull up. He said, yo, tell the Grammys how you pull up, baby. I said, DaBaby, get the hell out my face right now. Tell the Grammys how you pull up, baby. I said, baby, get out. Get out. Next up, we have Bad Bunny and Jay Cortez come out and perform Dakiti. To me, I love the stage design, and I thought the song was a vibe, but I thought the performance was just okay. They did a pretty good job. It wasn't a highlight for me at all. A really cool vibe in terms of the setup and the design, but their performance was just all right. But the song was a vibe, so shout out to Bad Bunny and Jay Cortez. Shout out to Dakiti. Next up, we had Dua Lipa come out and perform a medley of Levitating, which went into Future Nostalgia, which then transitioned into Don't Start Now. Oh my god, Dua Lipa, I think she had my performance of the night. I think Dua Lipa to me had the performance of the night besides Silk Sonic and Megan and Cardi. Man, Dua Lipa came through and she ate, like she just ate point blank in a period. She came out in this like gown to perform Levitating, and then she transitioned to like wearing like this like tuxedo, like this jacket with DaBaby performing Levitating, the remix. Really dope performance. Shout out to both of them. And then she transitioned to like a dance break, and then she went to Don't Start Now, and she had like 2 dance breaks, but then Don't Start Now. Oh yo, Dua Lipa was singing full voice. I don't think it was a backing track. She was singing full voice while doing full-on choreography, energy, charisma. It was everything. Shout out to the choreographer, shout out to the stage design. Shout out to the dancers. It was just a moment. Dua Lipa really, I think that was the best performance she ever had as a pop star. Like Dua Lipa was in her element. She killed it. It was such a highlight of the night. It was just amazing to see one of my favorite pop stars of last year, who had one of my favorite albums of last year, just come out and really just, you know, solidify the era with that amazing Grammy performance. It was amazing. Dua Lipa ate, and she collected all of her things, and you could tell she really wanted it to be like an iconic moment, and it really was. That performance of Levitating and going to Future Nostalgia, going to Don't Start Now, that whole medley was just crazy. Her dancing was insane, the energy was insane. She just killed it, man. I can't say enough about Dua Lipa, but she killed it. I'm so proud of her. That performance was everything. It was iconic. It was great. She got me up and energized with Levitating and with Don't Start Now. It was amazing. Yo, Dua Lipa, you did what you had to do. You did that. You killed that. Shout out to Dua Lipa. You killed that. Congratulations. Amazing. Next up, we had Silk Sonic come out and perform Leave the Door Open. I love that song. Go check out my reaction if you haven't already. Man, Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars came through with a simple, classic, timeless performance that was just giving 70s realness. You know what I'm saying? Giving the 70s vibe. It was classic. It literally was like a 70s music video setup. I loved it. And they were not playing with the vocals. They both were not playing with the vocals. especially Bruno. He was singing his ass off. Man, their vocals, their coordination, their stage presence, it was just all on point. They didn't come play with y'all. Silk Sonic is a crazy ass group. That combo together is insane. Yeah, Thomas' performance definitely to me was one of the highlights of the night. Silk Sonic, y'all did y'all thing with that great song, and y'all didn't come play. Y'all do what y'all had to do, and I'm waiting to see all the Grammys that y'all be nominated for next year. Like, that'll be for sure happening, so I'm excited for that. Silk Sonic, y'all did that. Y'all killed it. Amazing. Next up, we had Taylor Swift come out and perform with Aaron Dessner and Jack Antonoff. She performed a medley of her songs Cardigan, August, and Willow. I thought it was a pretty good performance all around the board. The medley was great. I loved her set design of, like, you know, her kind of being this like magical forest type vibe. I love the vibe of the performance. It was really chill, low-key acoustic, folky type stuff. You know, Taylor Swift is in a new bag, and I like how she, you know, she's in this new bag of hers. But yeah, man, all around great performances. I don't have much to say about it. She did a pretty good job. It was really chill. Shout out to Jack Antonoff and Aaron Dessner in the back, you know, providing her with the band vibes, and she did a good job. Shout out to Taylor Swift. And then they went to the next category, which was Best Pop Solo Performance, which went to Harry Styles for Watermelon Sugar, which I was very surprised by because I thought Dua Lipa had that category locked up. I'm not mad because Watermelon Sugar is a great song, so I'm very happy for Harry Styles, but I thought Dua was taking that, but I'm not mad. Shout out to Harry Styles. His speech was really, you know, real short and sweet and nice, and yeah, I'm glad Harry Styles got something because I thought he was gonna get Best Music Video. So when Beyonce won that, I was like, damn, Harry's gonna go home with no Grammys, but at least he won this, so I'm happy for him. Shout out to Harry Styles. Next up, we had the In Memoriam section, tributing all the people we've lost over the past year due to COVID and just in the music industry in general. Really great moment for the show. First up was Silk Sonic tributing Lil Richard. That was a great performance. Man, Silk Sonic, Bruno Mars' voice was in rare form that night, and he really like straight up like channeled Lil Richard with this performance. It was amazing. They performed Long Tall Sally and Good Golly Miss Molly. They did a great job, and Hannisback was going crazy on the drums. He even replaced his sticks. It was crazy. And Hannisback is a crazy drummer, so he did his thing. And then Lionel Richie did a beautiful tribute to Kenny Rogers. He performed Lady, really sweet. Shout out to my fellow Alpha brother. And then Brittany Carlisle, she did a tribute to John Prine. She performed I Remember Everything. That was really nice. Shout out to Brittany Carlisle. It was really sweet. And then Brittany Howard and Chris Martin performed You Never Walk Alone as a tribute to Gary Marsden. That was really nice. Brittany Howard's voice, oh my god, her voice is something crazy. She was in her bag as always. Her voice is crazy as always, so she did a good job. Brittany Howard, your voice is insane. And next up, we went to another stage where they had all the female country singers in a circle performing all at the same time, which was a really cool moment for country. Shout out to that moment. First up was Mickey Guyton, who performed Black Like Me. That was such a moment for me. I loved it. I'm not really a big country dude, but I do like a little bit of country, so it was nice to see Mickey Guyton represent for black people doing country. She did a great job. Black Like Me is such a beautifully written song, and she killed it. She did a great job. I love seeing that black representation for the country genre. So shout out to Mickey Guyton for that amazing song and that amazing performance. Such a moment. I loved it. And next up, we have Miranda Lambert, who performed Bluebird, really cool song. I don't know that song, but she was alright. It was cool to me. Not a highlight, but she did her thing. It was cool. And then we had Maren Morris perform The Bones, one of my favorite songs from last year. I love The Bones, such a good song. She did a great performance of it with John Mayer on the guitar backing her up. I loved it. It was a great moment. Yeah, I love that song. I think she did a great job. Her vocal was good. And I think, yeah, that was pretty much it for the country section. I loved it. Yeah, shout out to the country section. That was nice. And then the next award was announced, and that was Song of the Year. This was a moment for me because first up, they started off by showing that Beyonce and Jay-Z were in the building, and I was like, oh! when they showed Beyonce and Jay-Z in the corner, Beyonce had her mask on, Jay-Z had his mask on, they were just over there chilling. I said, oh shit, Beyonce and Jay-Z are there? I thought they were gonna skip on the shit ceremony, but they were there, like just chilling low key. I was like, oh shit, y'all there? I was like, oh, I was shook for a second. So Beyonce and Jay-Z were there because they were nominated, so I'm not mad they were there in case they won. But yeah, man, the award went to I Can't Breathe by her, and I was so happy, guys. I was really shocked that they didn't give it to Taylor Swift for Cardigan or Dua Lipa for Don't Start Now, because I thought that would have been an easy, you know, a really predictable win for the Grammys to give it to Taylor Swift or to Dua Lipa. But they gave it to her, which I was so surprised by, but I was so happy for, because honestly, the most deserving song really did win that category. In my opinion, I Can't Breathe really was one of the best written songs in that category, so I'm glad it actually won the Grammy like it deserved. It was a really great song. So I'm glad Tara Thomas and D-Mile won the Grammy along with her. Such a moment for black artists and black songwriters and black producers. Like, I loved it. Shout out to D-Mile and Tara Thomas too, especially for winning that Grammy with her as well. And shout out to her for not being a 4-time Grammy winner. Song of the Year, amazing. Like, at 23 years old, she already won a General Field Grammy. Like, that's amazing. Shout out to her. So happy for her. I'm surprised Taylor Swift didn't get, like I said, but the best song truly did win that category. So I'm happy for her. Great moment. Love seeing that. And now on to one of the highlights of the show, which was the female rap segment where they had Megan Thee Stallion perform a medley of Body going into Savage Remix, and then right after that they had Cardi B perform a medley of Up going into WAP with Megan again. What a moment for the Grammys this year. What a moment for the show. That shit was bananas from start to finish. Cardi and Megan both pushed the boundaries in terms of what they were showing with that performance, what they were doing, just showing female rap solidarity. That was such a moment for the Grammys and for their careers. Like, that was a moment. I was surprised that CBS and the Grammys let them get all that shit off in terms of showing all the ass and titties and just going crazy with the set design, with the bed and the whole shoe that was a stripper pole for Cardi. Like, that was insane. That was a moment. I was not ready for any of that. I was not ready for any of that at all, but I was here for it once I saw it. I'm telling you guys, I was glued to that screen like, oh my god, Cardi and Megan are not playing with this. So let me start off with Megan Thee Stallion. She performed, like I said, she performed the medley of Body that went into Savage Remix, and I loved how she had like this whole like jazz cabaret spin on her songs in terms of the arrangement. And then she also like did like a homage to tap dancers by having like two tap dancers do the thing on the side, and then like they were doing splits as well. Like, that was crazy. All the dancers that Megan had were dope. Shout out to the guys that were doing their thing. Shout out to the girls that were just killing it with Megan as well. Like, the dances were crazy. The stage design was crazy. Looked like a whole like you know, cabaret show. That was amazing. I don't know if Jaquel Knight choreographed that, but whoever choreographed it, shout out to him or her. They killed it. The choreography was amazing. Megan was doing a whole like, you know, hold my leg up and do a split. Like, that was, I'm telling you, Megan went to a different level on this performance. She went to a different level. Really showing that she could be here for a while. Like, she really did that. That was amazing. What a moment. I really loved how she conquered that stage, man. Megan was so confident. She was just, you could tell she was just in her element. You could tell she was still like kind of living the moment, that being her first like big award show performance, but she killed it and she did her thing. She felt comfortable. She looked good up there. It was amazing. I loved it. And then Cardi, I think Cardi came through overall. I think it started off a little bit shaky, a little bit weird when she was doing Up. Like, to me, when she was doing Up, like her choreography was like a little bit stiff. She felt, I don't know, it looked like Cardi looked a little bit off, just a little bit, but not to the point where it like threw me off or I thought it was whack. Like, I didn't think it was whack at all, but she just looked like it was a little bit off. I don't know if it was like the heavy costume or whatever, but she looked like she wasn't that comfortable like doing the choreography and all that. Like, she almost looked like she was like kind of get it over with a little bit at the beginning, but then I think by the time like WAP came on, it was a lot better. Like, when she got to WAP, like, she felt more comfortable. The choreography was smoother. Like, when she was like, you know, doing like the flips and dips of her dances and stuff like that, it was dope. And then once Megan came on to finish off the song with WAP, when they got up on that bed, and when Megan flipped Cardi and they was both like, you know, patting the poom poom and just going crazy, I said, whoa, this is a moment, but I'm here for it. That shit was crazy, y'all. That shit was crazy. I was not ready. But that shit was nuts. I loved it. I loved it. Megan and Cardi, hats off to y'all, man. And hats off to the team that put all that together with the costuming, choreography, the how it sounded. Like, and then Cardi ended up WAP with like a little like reggaeton remix of it. Like, I thought it was dope. Shout out to what? Yeah, it was a Pedro Sampio funk remix. I loved it. It was amazing. Shout out to Megan and Cardi, man. I thought that was a moment, one of the highlights of the show. Female rap really is becoming the new pop. Like, it really is becoming the new pop. It's insane. I never thought we'd be here, but we're here. Female rap is the new pop. Like, damn, that shit's crazy. But yeah, man, amazing. My only critique of Megan and Cardi's performance is that the backing tracks were going crazy. They were lip syncing for their lives. But at the end of the day, I'm not that mad at it because they were both doing a lot in terms of dancing and moving around. So they were doing a lot. So I get it. They didn't want to sound crazy. But yeah, they were lip syncing for their lives. Like the whole performance. And then we have the next Grammy, which was Best Rap Song. And this went to Savage Remix for Beyonce and Megan Thee Stallion. What a moment that was. That was everything for me as a fan of Beyonce and Megan Thee Stallion. That was such a moment for me, such a cute, sweet moment. Megan Thee Stallion pretty much spent her whole speech. This is one that was actually televised. She spent the whole speech pretty much thanking, you know, her team and God and Beyonce. Like she spent the entire time standing God, and Beyonce. Like, it was so cute to me. Like, she spent the whole time literally having Beyonce. Like, imagine accepting a Grammy that you won with your idol, and your idol's right by your side there with you, and like, I don't blame Megan. I'll be doing the same thing too. Like, yeah, thank you, Beyonce, for like making me, like, you know, get me here to this moment, and thank you for Jay-Z for putting me on Rock Nation. Like, she thanked the whole Knowles family. Like, I loved it. Like, it was amazing. So I'm happy Megan won that Grammy. I'll talk about this later, but I kind of wish this Grammy went to either Roddy or Lil Baby, so Megan and Beyonce could have won Record of the Year, and that would have been their moment. But it's okay. I feel like Roddy or Lil Baby could have taken this for their songs, and this could have been like the moment for like a guy in rap. And then Megan and Beyonce really could have just won Record of the Year instead of Billie winning for Everything I Wanted. But I'll talk about that a little bit later. And then after that, we have Post Malone perform Hollywood's Bleeding. I don't think anyone asked for this performance, but it was cool. I wasn't mad at it, but I feel like this was a performance that wasn't necessary. I know that Post Malone was nominated for Record and Song of the Year and Album of the Year, so I get why he had a slot, but his performance wasn't bad, but I just feel like nobody asked for it. So that's just me. Let me know what y'all think, but I feel like no one asked for this performance, but it wasn't bad. Shout out to Post Malone. And then after Post Malone performance, we had the next Grammy, which was Best Pop Vocal Album, which went to my girl Dua Lipa for featuring Nostalgia. I'm so happy for Dua Lipa. I'm glad she walked away with at least one. I thought she was gonna get multiple Grammys. I thought she would get Record and Song of the Year for Don't Start Now, but I'm happy they actually recognized the entire album, because really her entire album is amazing. My best pop album of the year was featuring Nostalgia, so I'm glad her whole album won Best Pop Vocal Album. And I kind of thought it was interesting how they gave Dua Best Pop Album and they gave Taylor Album of the Year. I thought it actually makes sense how they did that. I thought whoever won Pop would win Album of the Year, so that's why I thought Taylor would win both. But I'm actually not mad that they split it up so that Dua got Pop and Taylor got Album of the Year. It makes sense. But yeah, I'm sorry for Dua Lipa. I'm glad she got one Grammy. She deserved it. That album is amazing. Shout out to her. And then next up, we had Lil Baby come out and perform The Bigger Picture, which to me was such a dope performance. I thought it was dope all around. I loved it. I really fell out when Tamika Mallory popped up, when and when Killer Mike popped up, and they just had the little segments, but you know, Tamika Mallory had her little speech, and then Killer Mike has a little rap just talking about the moment and the movement right now. That was such a moment for me. I loved it. But yeah, really interesting for a song like The Bigger Picture to be performed at the Grammys, because man, the Grammys, y'all playing because y'all really pandered to the colors this year. Like, y'all really pander to the colors shit. Y'all said, you know, we're gonna let all the colors perform their songs, and we're gonna give all the colors Grammys, but not in the general category besides her and Megan Thee Stallion. You know, but yeah, like, y'all pander to the colors this shit. Y'all yeah, but it is what it is. Like, Bigger Picture was a great performance. I loved it. Even though they were stubbing us crazy for decades, the Grammys said, you know what, we're gonna let Lil Baby get his little social justice shit off, and you know, it is what it is. But it was great. I loved it. Tamika Mallory was amazing. Killer Mike was amazing. Shout out to them. That was a moment. I loved the whole like performance stuff. I loved the set design and how it all flowed. I love the direction of it. It was all amazing. Shout out to Lil Baby. I'm glad he got that moment to perform his important song at the Grammys. It was a great moment. I loved it. Shout out to Lil Baby. And then the next Grammy was for Best Armpit Performance. I should know that Beyonce was obviously going to win it when they decided to televise it. But it went to Beyonce for Black Parade, which I actually was rooting for, because to me that's the best song in that category. I love Black Parade. And this was actually the award where Beyonce officially broke the record for having the most Grammy wins by any solo performing artist in the history of the Grammys. And while I had a feeling this would happen this year, and I'm glad I predicted it, and I'm glad it happened, and I'm so happy for Beyonce. Amazing, 28 Grammys, amazing. At the end of the day, it's a bittersweet accomplishment, because yeah, Beyonce has 28 Grammys, but it's only because they nominated her like crazy in the urban categories, in the R&B categories, urban rap categories, and she has, you know, she has a lot of other nominations on other places, like, you know, the music and film field and pop and rock or whatever. But Beyonce has accumulated 28 Grammys because they constantly give her a bunch of R&B Grammys, but she only has one win in the general field, which is insane. She only won Song of the Year and back in 2010 for Single Ladies, Put a Ring on It. Beyonce has never won Album of the Year, still to this day. She's never won Record of the Year. And you know, she never got to win Best New Artist, which is fine because they had a rule with that with groups and all that. But it's like, y'all have never given her at least one Grammy for Record and Album of the Year. So it's like, yeah, like, I'm not mad at Trevor Noah, but Trevor Noah be like, oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, we broke a record like Beyonce. I'm like, all right, cool, but like, yeah, it's an achievement, amazing, but like, can we talk about the bigger picture, which is that y'all have never given Beyonce a fucking general field Grammy besides her one for Song of the Year, and she wasn't even there to accept her award for Song of the Year. I think The Dream and Tricky had to accept it for her. Like, Beyonce is one of the best artists of all time, and y'all have never given her one damn record or album of the year Grammy. Like, come on, what are we talking about? So yeah, it's an achievement, but you gotta put it into context. But I'm so happy that she achieved this, so shout out to Beyonce. Amazing achievement, shout out to you. Next up was Doji Cat. And man, Doji Cat performed Say So, and she ate it up. She did her thing, point blank in the period. Shout out to Doji Cat. I knew she wouldn't disappoint as always, because Doji Cat always comes through for every performance. She always kills it, and she always gives you something a little bit different every single time too, which is what I love about Doji Cat. Shout out to Doji Cat. I love the cyborg vibe that she gave us with Say So. It was a different take on the song, really futuristic vibe with the laser lights and her cyborg costume. I loved it. She did a great job with the choreography. Her stage presence was amazing. Her charisma was amazing. Her breath control was amazing. She was singing really good. I love the vocals. Yeah, man, she hit all her marks crazy. She really did a good job. My only critique is that I wish she did a little bit of streets at the beginning to kind of like, you know, give promo to that song. I really feel like it would have made sense to do a little bit of streets at the beginning and then go into Say So, just so she could show like more of her personality as an artist and more of her, like more of the sides to her as an artist than just Say So. Like, I'm tired of her being the Say So girl. Like, I want her to do streets to show like, yeah, I have way more sides to me as an artist and I have way more vibes to me as an artist. But it is what it is. I guess they just wanted to do Say So, but I wish she did a little bit of streets at the beginning. That would have been nice, and then she could have just transitioned into Say So. But other than that, Doja did a great job. Amazing. She didn't win anything, but that's okay. She'll be back. No worries. She'll be back for sure. And then next up was the Album of the Year Grammy, which no surprise went to Taylor Swift for Folklore, as I predicted. I'm not mad at Taylor winning for Folklore, because Folklore is a great album, and I knew it was going to win. It was the most acclaimed and best-selling album of last year. But at the same time, I really feel a way about it being her third Album of the Year win, where, like I've said before, artists like Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar have not even won it once. You know what I'm saying? I feel a way about that. But I can't be too mad, because Folklore was a great project. But it's just like Grammys, y'all stay having, you know, the back of all these, you know, middle of the road, you know, why, you know, I don't know. I'm not gonna go there, but like, it's just frustrating. You know, Lemonade didn't get Album of the Year. To Pimp a Butterfly didn't get Album of the Year. Those are two groundbreaking albums, and here Taylor Swift is winning for her third Album of the Year win. It's just like, ugh, I don't know. Whatever. And then next up we had Bts Perform Dynamite. They did a great job. I still don't like that song at all. I don't like Dynamite. I hate that song. But their performance was great. They did a great job with the performance. The choreography was amazing. I like their looks. They were very precise and charismatic as always. I love their performance. Like, I love BTS performance style. I always think they do a good job when they perform. I just don't like that song at all. I hate that song, but I thought they did a great job with their performance. I loved how like they kept moving from place to place, and the camera was like swooping back and forth, and then they ended with like being on the roof of some building, and I believe they were in Korea. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I think they were in Korea. But yeah, that was amazing. Shout out to BTS. They did a good job. I just want them to start promoting better songs. I don't like that song. And then next up we had Roddy Ricch perform a new song called Heartless that I really liked. That song was amazing. It sounded amazing on the stage, and the band's arrangement of that song was amazing. It sounded heavenly. Shout out to Roddy Ricch and that band. It was amazing. And then he transitioned into performing The Box, which was cool. It wasn't nothing crazy. It was another performance of The Box. But shout out to Roddy Ricch. He didn't win nothing as well, but he'll be back. It's fine. And then the last moment of the night went to Billie Eilish, who won for Record of the Year for Everything I Wanted. And like I said before, I really feel like this is a really awkward moment. I love Everything I Wanted. I love that song, but I really don't feel like it needed to go to Billie Eilish. I don't feel like Record of the Year should have gone to Billie Eilish. I really feel like it should have, especially since Billie just won last year. That Grammy really belonged to Dua Lipa. Or it should have went to, if they were going to give it to like a surprise pick, like a dark horse, I would have been cool with it going to Beyonce and Megan Thee Stallion for Savage remix, or maybe for only Beyonce for Black Parade. Even Doji Cat for Say So, or maybe DaBaby and Roddy Ricch for Rockstar. Like, I just feel like Everything I Wanted, I love that song, but Billie just won last year, and there was so many other songs I feel like had more impact, you know, had more success, and just were overall more worthy of recognition. Don't Start Now, that was my winner of this category. Like, I thought Don't Start Now was gonna win that category. Don't Start Now to me was one of the records that really defined 2020 for me, more so than Everything I Wanted. So I don't know why it won. I don't know why I didn't win. If it wasn't gonna lose anything, I would have loved it to have lost to Savage remix, or to Say So, or to Rockstar. Like, not Everything I Wanted. I'm not mad at Billie. I'm happy for her, but at the end of the day, her speech was awkward as hell, even though it was really sweet. And you know, she was talking about, oh, like, Megan Thee Stallion, this Grammy was for you. I don't deserve this. Like, you are my queen. Like, this belongs to you. Like, all right, that's cool, it's cute, but it's like at the end of the day, you still won, you know. And it was just awkward as hell. Like, Megan just sitting there like, oh, thank you, friend, but like Megan didn't win, so it's just awkward. It was just an awkward moment. But I know Billy meant well, but all those moments just always come off as being very awkward. So I hated that, but it is what it is. But yeah, man. That was pretty much the show. It ended off like that. I'm surprised they didn't end off with album of the year. Decided to end off with record of the year, but it is what it is. I already went through the pop categories, but let's see. For R&B, in case you want to know, best traditional R&B performance went to Legacy for Anything For You. I'm so happy that Legacy finally won her first Grammy after all these years. Thank God. I'm so happy for her. Best R&B song, which I was very surprised by, went to Robert Glasper, her, and Michelle and D'Angelo for Better Than Imagine, a song that I love, but I didn't think it was gonna win at all. I thought that was going to either Chloe and Halle or possibly Beyonce. But yeah, it went to Better Than Imagine. But I love that song. But I'm surprised it won, but I love that song. Chloe and Halle, it's okay. Y'all be back. Y'all be back again. Y'all deserve that one, but it's all good. Best progressive R&B album went to Thundercat for It Is What It Is. Another surprise to me, I thought that was going to either Chloe and Halle or Jhené Echo, and it should have went to one of them in my opinion. But I'm happy for Thundercat. It was a cool album. I don't think it should have won, but I do like that album, so it is what it is. No pun intended. Best R&B album went to John Legend for Bigger Love. Shout out to John Legend. So happy for him. I knew he'd win it. He deserves to win it. That's a great album. Best melodic performance went to Anderson .Paak for Lockdown. I'm glad it won. I thought it was going to go to Rockstar or The Box, but I'm glad it went to Lockdown because Lockdown is the best song in this category. Shout out to Anderson .Paak for another win. And best rap album went to Nas for King's Disease. Another first time win after all these years. Nas finally won his first Grammy after all these years. Thank God, finally. Y'all snubbed that man for too long. Y'all finally gave him his damn Grammy. Finally, thank God. Shit. Alright, I think those are all the categories I want to talk about. I'm not going to talk about any of the, you know, the country or the gospel categories. You can go look them up yourselves. Let's see. And I think I'll talk about best comedy album went to Tiffany Haddish. Shout out to her. And best music video went to Beyonce for Brown Skin Girl. Shout out to Blue Ivy for being a Grammy winner. Shout out to Blue Ivy. That's an amazing achievement. Shout out to Blue Ivy. I'm so happy for her. Even though I thought it was going to Harry Styles for Adore You, but it's all good. And then, yeah, I think that's all I'll talk about. Yeah, so that was it. Alright, y'all. Hope you enjoyed my recap of the 2021 Grammys. Let me know what y'all thought about this year's show down below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you not even tune in? And did you just watch only the performances? Like, I'm pretty sure you probably did. Just let me know. Let me know what y'all thought about all the performances down below. Let me know what you thought about Dua Lipa, Cardi B and Megan, you know, Burna Boy. Who else performed? Doja Cat. You know, all the people. Roddy Ricch and DaBaby. Everybody, let me know what y'all thought about all the performances down below. And let me know, you know, what y'all thought about the winners and the losers, the snubs and surprises. Give me all y'all thoughts down below, okay? Appreciate y'all. And if you're ever ready, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Like I always say, guys, live your best life, drink more water, stay woke. And if you're mad or sad, go listen to your favorite song, make you feel better, okay? Go listen to your favorite song. We're still in a whole pandemic, guys, so please wear your mask, wash your hands, and social distance as much as you can, okay? I'm gonna say it again, we're still in a whole pandemic. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and social distance as much as you can, okay? Alright, y'all. But this has been your boy Bright, the RB Kid. Thank you for watching. But for now, I'm signing off, baby. Bye, y'all. Peace.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no, 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 no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no, no, no. Relax just a little bit. You don't gotta worry, you can just